Hi there, today I'm going to be talking about my Canon EOS 70D camera. So I got this camera early last year and I really do like this camera. It is one of my favorite cameras. Of course, when I did buy this camera, Canon had already come out with the D line and they already had the 80D, but I still went ahead and decided to get the 70D. The thing is with the 80D, it is like an update or improvement based off this camera, but it was a bit more expensive than, I think maybe it was like $200, $300 more expensive. So I just thought I may as well get this one, and eventually if I really wanted to, I could get the 80D. I have my Nikon Coolpix here, which is just a basic camera, so you can kind of see the comparison between the Canon 70D and the Nikon. So it is quite a big camera, and it is a lot heavier than most cameras just because it has a lot more going on inside of it. So here is the SD card slot. So you simply push it that way and it clicks out and you have your SD card to put in. So I just have my Extreme Pro 64GB. So you have your usual, zoom in, zoom out, your play, your video, your photo, which you can just switch back and forth. So the camera is on. So it is, video camera. You have your basically selection of options. Playback to see what photo you've taken. You have to lock the camera so you can't open the delete the button, menu, info, on, off, and all your settings. And then of course you have your ISO, your aperture, all that fun stuff. Everything through the viewfinder, but one of my favorite things about this is of course the screen. So you can actually flip the screen around to put it back, and if you're doing like a selfie mode, like vlog style, and you need to see what you're doing, you have the viewfinder here, and it is backlit, so you can see a lot better in the sun. So if I show you some of the playback, so this was, I'll try and find a video. It's almost a plasticky type of feel to it, so if you're trying to grip onto this camera without it, and since it's such a heavy camera, it really does need this grip, so that's what I really like. I really do like that there's that grip to it, so you have a bit more of a hold. So you have your single shooting, all the types of, I guess, shots that you would want. You have your shooting, then you have your timers, which is good. And you also have, of course, if you're videoing and you put your cue on, it tells you about whether or not you want that on. So you download an app on your phone, iOS. I don't know if it's available for Android. I do know that it's available for iOS. And you download this app and you turn on your Bluetooth and you connect to the Wi-Fi on this camera. Now, of course, the Wi-Fi isn't functional Wi-Fi, so you can't browse the internet or whatever, but once you connect through the Wi-Fi to this camera and you open the app, you can actually go through and see the photos that are on your camera. So you don't actually have to be connected to your phone, you just download them and you actually can do a live view as well. So you can have what your camera is seeing, so if you're taking a photo or a video, it doesn't work for video. If you have it on a camera function and you view live, you can actually click and take photos. So say if you want to do a pose and you're looking at your phone, you can basically look down at your phone and say yep, and then click wirelessly and it'll take the photo. So while I was talking, what the camera's actually done here is that it turns off automatically to save the battery. So it's still on, so if I actually just click this button, you can see that it's telling me that it's on. So here's all the settings, so you have lots of different. And then of course you have the movie, the resolution. You have the resolution that you can do. So I think the most that you can do is 1019 by 30. So that's a good resolution. This camera doesn't shoot in 4K. I know for a fact that the 70D does actually have a headphone jack. This one doesn't. So if you actually want to hear a playback, you can't unless it's directly through the camera. And the camera doesn't have the best speakers either, so you can't really play back your audio all that well. If you're beginning video and photography, I'd really suggest this camera to you, or the 70D. I guess you can compare the differences in the camera and see whether you want to pay the extra money for the headphone jack, whether you want to pay extra money for different settings and different features. I don't know all about that many different features. I do know that it's just basically an upgrade of the camera, of the 70D. If you are an expert in videography and photography, I wouldn't suggest going with this camera. For the price that this camera is at, it does shoot great photos and it does shoot amazing video. But if you're looking for just that more better resolution, there are the other cameras out there for a bit of a higher price that will shoot better photos and better video. And then of course you have the different lenses that you can get for the camera. I only use this one just because it's all I really need. Of course you can achieve different looks by different lenses. It is a good camera to start out with. It is a good camera to continue using. Yes, I do love this camera and I will continue using it, and I do recommend it for anyone.